future-proofing your business, attracting talent, and building competitive advantage. These are just some of the benefits your business will get from going all in on GRI sustainability reporting. In this video, I will tell you exactly what GRI sustainability reporting is, and if you stay till the end, I'll help you decide if this type of reporting is the best way to go for you and your business. My name is Jessie and I'm a GRI professional and sustainability consultant. Me and my team here at Planet 1.5, we work with all sorts of organizations, of small and large, and we've worked across pharmaceuticals and construction and tech industries, just to mention a few. So here's a big question. What exactly is GRI? So GRI stands for the Global Reporting Initiative, and it is an independent international organization that helps businesses and governments communicate their impact across E, S, and G. So when businesses like yours maybe are creating a GRI report, you're essentially clarifying your impact across different challenges such as climate change, societal issues, or human rights issues. So your final report, the product of your efforts, makes it easier for people like me who are sustainability specialists, your employees, your investors, or just generally stakeholders surrounding your business to understand what it is that you're doing around sustainability. So I love GRI, and here's a disclaimer, I'm not paid to say any of this, right? I just really believe in following the system and getting better at performing against these global targets. So I believe in GRI because it systematically helps the business assess every aspect of their business. So my experience is that there are so many eye-opening moments in the process. You really start understanding how your business is operating, what are the processes, and in that you start cutting costs, you will learn how to mitigate risks, and you just become better at the things you're already doing. And then you might be one of those people saying, well, Jessie, but seriously, isn't it just a box ticking exercise? I mean, so many businesses, they're just out there trying to do the minimum efforts. They're just ticking boxes. Sure, some businesses, they don't want to run the mile. They might not be here in 10 years either. Like, I'm here to build businesses for the long run, and I'm sure you are as well. That's why we're here. And that's why my clients, they're putting in the efforts on this. So the sustainability report for them, and hopefully for you, becomes the perfect compass to navigate your business into a sustainable and green future, into something we can be proud of, something that makes a difference. So who is GRI reporting for? If you're looking at who have to do sustainability reporting, it really varies all over the world. So take an example of here in the UK where we're based. It is mandatory for financial institutions and listed companies, or companies with more than 500 employees and more than 500 million in turnover, to do financial related disclosures and reporting. If you take the same metric and you look at the European Union, for instance, it is half of everything. So 250 million in turnover, 250 employees, and then the US, the rest of the world, has different but similar thresholds. So this said, we have worked with a lot of small businesses and medium-sized businesses that are not a listed company and are not within these thresholds, but they are still doing reporting, or at least implementing the principles behind the more broad compliance frameworks such as GRI. So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Do you do business with larger corporations that have to legally do sustainability reporting? Because if you do, it's probably not going to be long till they'll start looking at you and be, what are you doing? Because we are being held accountable here. So the way we're being held accountable is to actually look at our supply chain, and that's you. So you will now have to do the same thing. The second question you should be asking yourself is, do you want a clear path where you're being taken from A to Z within the whole realm of sustainability to start developing the best framework for you to take action on? Are you in the process of seeking investment? Because 85% or more of financial institutions and investors, they want to see a proven track record of what are you doing for sustainability. Are you gonna attract Generation Z? A lot of the talent pool out there, they're assessing the future employer based on what are they doing for our planet. So you're delivering on this. Do you want to optimize your business to be more effective in the way it's operating? Cut costs from corners where it's not actually necessary, because then you save on the big bill for the climate as well. And of course, the one that's really dear to my heart, do you actually want to make a difference? Like, do you want to make sure that there's a planet we can all live on, or your kids or grandkids can live on in the future? And what legacy are you leaving behind? So the big legacy question, do you want that? Then sustainability is a really good way to start building momentum behind that. I've actually made a video about how you can achieve sustainable growth within your business. It should come up here. So if you can say yes to any of these questions I just listed, then I think you should look into GRI as not just a reporting method, but as a framework for how you can start delivering sustainable change. If you're ready to start your GRI sustainability journey today, I really recommend that you check out this video where I talk about how you can start working with GRI in 3 simple steps. I will see you there.